The superstars of Fan Control Football Season 2.0 are not only the who's who of celebrity team owners and influencers, not the 21 million live views of our Emmy-nominated broadcast. Across Twitch, DAZN, Fubo, NBCLX, Peacock. Or our highlights that scored over 100 million views. And we can't forget best-in-class sponsors. But the biggest star of Season 2 is our play-calling app that allow fans to control the action on the field. Fans pick a team, pick a play, 4 run plays, 4 pass plays to choose from. The play with the most votes is called in real time.
We got it.
This is where video games and live action come to life. And now, Fan Control Sports and Entertainment brings you Fan Controlled Hoops, where fans call the shots. Coming 2023, the future of sports is here, and it's Fan Control. Power to the fans.
Are you ready for it?
Let's go, Leighton! Let's do it. We're back to work. We are back to work on a Monday. Jim, hit that fun graphic. You know what? Be free with it today. I think you just. You go.
We're gonna get cut off a lot.
We are.
You gave him a lot of power there.
Back at work. See, perfect.
See, there it is.
Now we're talking. I'm John. I can't, dude. I've had this cough now for like 4 or 5 days. It's not COVID. I've tested myself a billion times. I don't know what it is. I think I got it from my little. I can't laugh that hard because I'm like getting out of breath. But I sound like I've been smoking cigarettes for like 45 years. Oh man, welcome to the show.
Newport Josh. All right. Yeah, right.
Hey, here we go. Oh, Avo Ghost says it's pollen. I wish I could blame it on pollen.
It's OVO Ghost. Sorry.
OVO Ghost?
Yeah, OVO Ghost, not Avo. But it's okay. We're good.
Wait, who? Dude, should I know that person?
No. It's just so OVO is like Drake's brand. OVO.
Oh,
yeah.
It's all okay. Huh. See, listen, I learned something from the new generation every week.
Oh, good. You see?
Thanks. See what I did?
All right. Thank you. Eat a Wendy's Biggie bag and grease up them vocal cords. Yeah, and clog those arteries while you're at it.
Oh man, I almost got Wendy's in the airport yesterday. I pulled myself back from an airport Wendy's. It's been a weekend, Leighton, but we're here every single Monday. This is Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment, your favorite sports league run entirely by you, the fans. Fan Controlled Football. You call the plays in real time. It's like Madden in real life. Fan Controlled Hoops coming soon. It's going to be like NBA Jam in real life. How we pull that off, you're just going to have to wait and see. I'm telling you right now, it's basketball on a giant LED basketball court. Leighton, how was the weekend? How do you feel about what we saw this weekend?
Weekend was great. I watched every game in my shirt and in my drawers. Just enjoyed everything. My bracket is officially done. I had Gonzaga winning the national championship. We saw how that went.
Wow. Yes.
Also, shout out to the fans. They joined us for the Sweet 16 show last week, and they definitely participated very well. So, my boy Sean Evans and
Sean Evans and Deshaun Jackson. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Dude, you do have like a little bit of a Deshaun in you.
As long as they saw me play football.
Yep. You guys can follow us on all social medias. Leighton runs the social media here for Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment. I work with Leighton. We put all of the videos across Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, wherever. Leighton is a magician. I'm going to give you this straight off top of the show. Okay. You are a magician. And do you know why?
No.
You got me verified on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. That was actually my favorite achievement of all weekend.
I mean, it's unreal. It's unreal. I've been trying. History Channel couldn't get it done. WGN America couldn't get it done. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm sitting in an airport yesterday with the Sunday Scaries like you wouldn't believe.
Wait. Am I better than the History Channel?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And here I am now. I get the email. I'm verified. I immediately check my Instagram. I'm walking through the Salt Lake City airport. Like, you guys, I got a blue. check mark.
Yep.
You did it. You did it, Leighton. Oviogo said, I would like a blue check. You got to work for it. You're going to spend your whole life.
I see how it is, Leighton. Sorry.
Yeah. But thank you for that. I really, really appreciate it.
Of course.
Before we go into the first subject here, just want to tell you guys, we have content across all kinds of platforms. Everywhere you look, we've got it. YouTube Shorts, full YouTube videos. King of the Console season 2 just went up on YouTube. There's 10 episodes, a lot of fun there. Again, we post things across everything, and we also have a podcast network. So if you guys want to listen to this show, you can listen to that. You can listen to the Fan Controlled Show, Don't Cause a Ruckus, Info Arcade, tons of stuff. Fan Controlled Fandom with Kenny G. Stevenson is one of my favorite shows. They are so good. They talk about all the nerd stuff that I love, and Leighton and I talk about everything kind of in between here on Monday. So
give you a platter of everything on this show. It's like a cafeteria.
I like that. Authentically, you, our girl Rachel, says, wait, that photo of Leigh and Josh is very cute. Yeah.
No, thank you. That's us.
You try. Yeah. Sean Evans and Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
Deshaun Evans. Come on. It's right there.
Deshaun. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is right there.
Oh, man. When he was good, he was on.
Oh, no, he was
good.
Yeah.
You know, though, that Eagles team in 2003 covered the spread on every game in the regular season. Really? Every single game.
They made me cry for the first time at a football game.
The Eagles did?
Yeah.
Because it was a Falcons game?
Yeah, they beat us in the NFC Championship.
Which year? Was that 02?
04. It had to be 04. It was when the Eagles went on to play the Patriots. They beat the Falcons in the NFC Championship. I cried. Oh, man. It's the first time.
Authentically you. This is a really good pun. The Batistery channel.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I'd also like back to work. Rachel, happy birthday. Okay, let's get back to work. Back to work.
It would have been funny if he didn't do it. Like he just refused to listen to us.
All right. So the biggest thing in sports, I think, right now, because I've had ESPN on all day, and every show has talked about it, Leighton.
No.
Who is Lamar? Like, who he sends this tweet thread.
Yeah.
In the middle of it, he sort of loses his mind a little. Like he sort of just kind of like devolves. And then he's like, hey, and if you want to follow along, join my fan page.
Right? I mean, it's a little selfless promotion that was thrown in there.
Yes, right. So he says he requested a trade from the Ravens on March 2nd. Now the Ravens have franchise tagged him, and I just saw an interview with John Harbaugh. He's like, nah, I didn't see the tweets. Lamar's our quarterback. What is going on?
Okay. If the NFL is giving us like a new series and like season 1 is Aaron Rodgers, then season 2 has to be Lamar Jackson. I don't know what the series is called, but it's like it has to be a new reality series about how much gut-wrenching content can we give you about our quarterbacks? Because that's just really what this is at this point.
Yes.
Did you read the full letter?
Yeah.
I thought the interesting thing for me was the ending where he was like, I'm always going to be faithful to the Ravens nation and to the state of Maryland. I will be back. Okay. In what way though?
Yeah. Like, is he coming back? Will he play for like the Washington Commanders? Because that's pretty close to Maryland.
I mean, the stadium is in Maryland.
Isn't it in Maryland?
It's like right there in PG County. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is he geographically saying
I'll be back.
Loyal to Maryland? All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I told you I was going to do this because we've talked about Lamar before. As a Steeler fan, I love any kind of controversy that happens in the AFC North that doesn't involve the Steelers, right? I love every second. Okay. So I'm going to go through all 32 starting quarterbacks from last year, and you're going to tell me, would you rather have Lamar Jackson on your team or this quarterback that I say? Okay.
I can already tell you my answer for Atlanta, but keep going.
Okay. We'll start at 32. Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I'll take Lamar.
Davis Mills for the Texans.
Lamar.
Matt Ryan, Indianapolis Colts.
Lamar.
Tyler Heineke, Washington Commanders.
Lamar.
Deshaun Watson, Cleveland Browns. Now we're getting a little
Lamar.
Okay. Russell Wilson.
This is Broncos Russell Wilson.
This is Broncos
Russell. Yeah, Lamar. I'll take Lamar.
Okay. Mac Jones, New England Patriots.
Yeah, Lamar.
Marcus Mariota, Atlanta Falcons.
I hate that man. I'll take Lamar.
Okay. Sam Darnold. Wait,
hold on. Can I pause this game really quick?
Yes.
So, the Eagles picked up Marcus Mariota this offseason.
Did they?
Yes, they picked him up, and they've been all weekend putting out highlights like we got Marcus Mariota, and they use some caption like the man is on target. So Falcons fans have been quoting all of these highlights with like all of his pick sixes, and there's one where he threw a pick six while laying on the ground. Like we have a personal vendetta against this man. So
he one of those quarterback situations where it was a lose-lose for him no matter what.
Yeah, it was bad. It was
end of his career kind of a thing, OVO Ghost, 6berg. Got to put an H at the end of that Berg, but I agree with you. 6berg. Soon to be a stairway to 7, Leighton. That's what we say. All right, here we go.
Mad at how well you all took over our stadium this last season. So
Pittsburgh travels, man. We got nothing else to do.
I feel like y'all are like the Thriller video. Y'all just come out the sewer.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, Sam Darnold, Carolina Panthers.
Lamar.
Matthew Stafford, Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, Lamar.
Wow. Andy Dalton, New Orleans Saints. What'd you say?
He was injured.
Andy Dalton.
No, I was talking about Matthew Stafford.
Yeah. So
a healthy year, though, I'll take Matt Stafford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Derek Carr.
Yeah, I'll still take Lamar.
Now here we're getting interesting. Kenny Pickett.
I'll go Lamar. That's hard. That was hard. That was really hard.
Okay. Ryan Tannehill.
Lamar.
Daniel Jones.
Lamar.
Kirk Cousins.
I'll still take Lamar.
Kyler Murray.
Lamar.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I'll take Lamar.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, that's like our first non-Lamar, basically.
I know. Yeah.
Justin Fields.
That's a hard one. I do personally think as a quarterback, Justin Fields is a better quarterback.
Really?
I do.
Wow.
I think he's a better quarterback.
I've agreed with you up until now, and the Kenny Pickett one. I'm taking Pickett all day, but that's because obviously I'm a homer. Okay. Dak Prescott.
Oh, I'm taking Lamar. Yeah, I'll take Lamar.
Okay. Geno Smith. This is tough.
No, that's not. I'll take Lamar.
Okay.
Even though he showed out.
Jared Goff.
Yeah, Lamar.
Tua.
Lamar.
Trevor Lawrence.
I think Lawrence is a better quarterback.
Okay. I don't disagree with you. It's getting very close, though.
Okay.
Justin Herbert.
I'll take Herbert.
Okay. See now, okay, Josh Allen. I don't think this is close.
I'm taking Allen on that.
Yeah. Then we got the last three: Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, and Patrick Mahomes. I think we all would take them over.
Lamar. Yes. Yeah.
Correct.
They are rightfully so.
So okay. So and OVO Ghost is saying the same thing. Okay. I think pretty much you and I agree on just about everything in there. Okay.
Except which one?
Kenny Pickett, obviously.
Oh, and Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. I do not agree with Justin Fields. What I'm saying here is that Lamar Jackson, all of these teams could go after Lamar Jackson if they wanted to, and none of them have.
It's a conspiracy.
It's something we've talked about, the Asian conspiracy. We talked about your conspiracy. There's something is happening.
I think it's the franchise conspiracy. No, I think it's both, because the biggest thing that they were talking about last week, like Friday, is the NFL does not want Lamar. Oh, of course. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I watched him in college. Come on. Yeah, I think the NFL doesn't want him to win this, because if a player negotiates a groundbreaking contract for themselves, that's going to break the agent market.
Yes, 100%.
And that's going to put so much control in the player's hands. So.
Yeah. Freddie Airmail says it's about thinking they're not going to get what they're paying for if they pay what he wants. I 100% agree with you, Freddie.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns ruined this with Deshaun Jackson.
I think
Deshaun Watson.
In the last 6 years, that contract with Deshaun Watson might have been the second worst quarterback contract.
Yes.
I still say the Kirk Cousins Vikings contract was terrible.
Brutal. But they still won a playoff game with him.
Yeah, but we had to pay Matt Ryan a lot more than we wanted to.
Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah.
And then, the quarterback precipitous fall with like a few names over the last 5 years is wild. Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He started for like 12 years in Baltimore. Matt Ryan took you guys to a Super Bowl. Probably should have won. You guys were always in contention with Matt Ryan, and then all of a sudden,
winning his quarterback in franchise history
disappears.
Yeah, we held on to him too long. That was the issue.
Yeah.
Oh
man,
it was one of those Batman. You're the hero, but if you stay too long, you become the villain type situation. So I think that's what happened with us.
Okay,
I think that seems to be better once he's able to practice with the team. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I've never been sold on Deshaun Watson. This is before. Really? Yeah. Never been sold with Deshaun Watson. Dude, listen, death taxes in Houston losing in the first round of the playoffs. It happened every year.
Oh, especially the way they blew that lead against the Chiefs.
Yes.
Off that 1 year. Yeah, that was really bad.
Right? Like that's just what Houston does. Okay. Deshaun Watson, just good enough to get you to that point. He's not the elite quarterback that is going to win you and take you deep into a playoff run to a Super Bowl. That's always been my opinion on the guy. This is before we started DMing masseuses. Okay. That has nothing to do with masseuse.
No, I get it.
Okay. From just a strictly talent
just player. Yeah.
I've never been like, wow, I want to pay that money for Deshaun Watson.
I might have to disagree on that one. I think he's a standout. Like I just think he played for a terrible franchise, first off, even though he had weapons there because he had DeAndre Hopkins. And then he had JJ Watt on the other side of the ball.
Yeah.
We'll see. I might have to align with Freddie Airmail on this one, that if he's given the chance to really build with them in the offseason, the Browns might be a problem. Kevin
Stefanski is a quarterback whisperer. Okay.
Yeah.
That's been seen. Case Keenum, Kirk Cousins, for crying out loud. But I don't think that Deshaun Watson wants to be whispered to. I think he wants to whisper to ladies creepily.
I mean, he might want to be whispered to,
but I don't think that he wants that. I think he a little bit like some low lights, some essential oils.
You're the greatest quarterback ever. Yes.
You're so good.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, let's get back to work. So
the Who Bloods. Yeah. I said brackets are busted. Okay.
Gone.
Bama, Houston. I was at the bar with my boy. We were watching these games. We did not expect both teams to go down. I think we were more so expecting Bama than Houston. But to see them both go down, and now we're looking at a Final Four outside of UConn with three teams that no one thought would be there.
Nobody.
Florida Atlantic? No.
Nope.
No.
Okay. You again, like you said, UConn, the only one. And we got to give props to Grant Cohen, one of our founders of Fan Controlled Sports Entertainment, a proud Miami Hurricane. Okay. Miami won the ACC in the quietest year in ACC history when
Mine was bad.
Stunk.
Yeah. Well, because they won the regular season, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then Duke came back in the tournament, does what Duke does, and then they get knocked out. So.
Right. Okay. So the games then. Okay. First of all, I totally forgot that San Diego State was even in the tournament until the Elite Eight. I was like, wait a second.
Me too. I did too. Yeah.
So quiet.
Yeah.
Because of all of the bracket busting. My brother said it yesterday to me. He's like, I just don't think I care. I'm not mad about it. I'm just disappointed that I don't get to see the best players on the best teams kind of going at this a little bit. There's just all Cinderella. And yes, it's a cool story. But I don't think
we're getting a glimpse of what college basketball is going to look like moving forward, because I think one and done is what it is. The teams, they're here for 1 year. The guys are good enough to get deep enough, and then they run into these mid-major, smaller programs who've been playing together for 3 or 4 years and get ready to see your Florida Atlantics and your essentially, 1 year you might get a Central Florida in there, and it's like, okay, And the best of the best are going to end up in the G League, or they're going to end up in the NBA anyway. So I think we're getting a glimpse of what college basketball is about to look like.
It is kind of magical in the sense that, like we talked about it in our video series, winning is hard.
Yeah.
That you are going to have these flash in the pan years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I guess my question for you is do you think that is good for college basketball?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's because it's like college football, right? I was enraged in 2017 when Central Florida didn't get added to the playoffs. Because I think that I think college sports needs more and more schools to be involved. After a while, it gets mundane when you see the Bamas and the Clemsons and the Georgias always in it. So same thing with basketball. We see Duke, we see Kansas, but when you get to see when you get to see a new college basketball team involved, it's a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
And it makes you want to watch these games a little bit more. So I think this is great for college basketball.
Okay. All right. So who wins? Who takes it?
I think UConn. They're the only team that is built to win a championship. The way they handled Gonzaga, they're built for this. So they just they're 2 games away.
We talked about it on our first episode, listening to diehard fans from each team, right? Because most diehard fans choose negativity. It's just a thing, right? Mm-hmm. I love my Pittsburgh Steelers. I love Penn State. I love Pitt, Pittsburgh Penguins, anything like that. I love my teams, but I never go into season Glacier Reese a little overrated. Gee, take it easy there.
Yeah, no.
F UConn. Okay.
Wow.
He's got his opinion, and I appreciate that. Yell into the ether about those damn Huskies. But I will say this. My buddy from UConn was like, they're not going to go very far at all. That's not this team. And he gave me a list of reasons. So I was like, all right, I won't pick UConn past Sweet 16. Mm-hmm. Done and done. Here they are. They're the best looking team. And it terrifies me that my theory of listening to negative super homer sports teams, it's not working. It didn't work. No, bro, I'm a Marquette fan. I like Marquette.
I knew he was a Big East fan who said it.
Yeah, of course. Freddie Airmail said you can see his thoughts on FAU on the season 1 finale of the Freddie Stat Go podcast, which you can listen to on the FCTV and Fan Controlled Sports Entertainment Podcast Network. There you go, wherever you get podcasts and podcasts sold. All right, let's get back to work. Leighton, you're all caught up on Ted Lasso. Let's talk about it.
Greatest show I've ever watched. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I binged it hard. I just sat there. My favorite character from the show.
Wait, let me guess.
Oh,
I got you.
I was
going to say Coach.
He's up there, but Roy Kent is my favorite character.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I even after I finished the show, I caught myself walking around with this anger about myself. Yeah, that was it. Great show. Roy Kent's my favorite character. My second favorite character is got to be Rebecca.
Yeah.
But great show. I don't know what do we dive into here? It made me cry. It made me laugh. It made me get excited for soccer even more. So.
That was my question for you. Do you think that you like soccer more? And yes, you can come on. I know that people say it's football. It's football. It's soccer to us, and I'm going to call it soccer because it's too confusing to call it anything else.
I used to know the exact history of how it became soccer, and I forgot.
The English called it soccer. They named it soccer.
No, we did. But next episode, I'm gonna have the history on the next.
The history. Yes.
Yeah. No, it did. So last year, I tried to pick a Premier League team.
Yeah.
And I picked Man City, but it was mostly because of City Football Group.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing.
Okay.
Then I went online and I took a test based on my personality.
Okay.
And the test connected me with Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm trying to figure out, all right, Man City, Liverpool, where should I land? But it definitely made me more interested in the entire soccer world over there.
Yes. Okay.
That's huge.
Yeah. I think I became more of a soccer fan from Ted Lasso. Straight up. Yeah. Ruthless Cutie wants to know, what would you compare it to show-wise? I think there's just such an overall joy about the show. Go ahead. Go.
Blue Mountain State.
Oh, I like
that. That's how it made me feel. I felt like I was watching Blue Mountain State again. And I love that show.
Okay. Yeah, a very underrated show. My buddy created it. It's
Oh, really?
his show. Yeah, that was his show.
Oh, nice.
It's a super funny show, super funny sports show. You care about all the characters, you laugh, you cry, like you said. And there's something magical about the Ted Lasso character that there's nobody that really exists like him in the world, but you know there is somewhere and you want to search for that person.
Right. And like the plot twist of the villain being Nate, like that makes it great. Like that
totally.
And now they're bringing in West Ham, and I love it. I'm sold on this show.
Sold on Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
It got another one. You know what? F it. I'm taking credit for this one because I forced you.
No, you can have it. You can have it. And now I'm trying to figure out like what other sport should they make a show for this for? Like, is it baseball?
Baseball makes sense.
Yeah.
Baseball does make sense.
Get people back interested.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I, obviously I'm partial, but I think golf. That's what I think.
Okay, I can see golf.
Yeah. All right. Let's work. All right. So this past weekend, I was lucky enough. I got to go to my cousin's bachelor party. We went to Cabo down in Mexico. We played this unbelievable golf course, Leighton. Okay, here's what it's all on the water. I'll send you. It's called Quivira, Quivira. And they have these famous holes like right on the cliffs, and you got to clear all this cliff to get to the green, and it's right on the water. And during the golf round, the whales are migrating, so you see whales pop up all the time.
Okay, it sounds like a Wii golf or like a Mario golf course, but okay.
It almost looks fake at points. It like truly does. There's at one point you kind of go out to this other part, and the cliffs have been so hit with water that it looks like Dragonstone in Game of Thrones. Like everything is smooth. It's wild. It's wild. Glacier Rex plot twist. Josh is a girl. This is the greatest thing ever. Okay, so we had a great time. The golf course is unbelievable. The genius thing that this place did, was every 4 holes they had what they called a relaxing station, which is basically like a halfway house with all the snacks, some hot dishes, a full bar, a bathroom. Everything you wanted, like every 4 holes. So if you needed just like a little relaxation before you went on to the next hole, you had it. Every golf course needs to have more of these things. These all-inclusive resorts are the greatest thing that anybody thought of. I have no idea how they make money, but it is awesome.
They just constantly book people.
Yes.
You have to. Yeah.
It's just nonstop, dude. And I was just absolutely there for it. But the reason we have Mexican television down here is so we were able to watch the Final Four on the TV in the hotel room. And then I'm like scrolling through Mexican TV. It's about, like 1 a.m. You go to this like club, but it's an all-inclusive resort. So it's not open till like 3 a.m, right? So we kind of like got back to we stayed in these villa kind of things. And we're sitting there watching late night Mexican TV, hoping that like a sports center would come on and maybe like catch subtitles or something. After dark Mexican TV, it's just boxing. That's all it is.
Wow.
It's just nonstop boxing. It seemed like every channel
like premier level boxing, like big arenas or
dude, it was either like the greatest boxing match I've ever seen, like a Las Vegas looking kind of thing, or just a down home, like 1,000-seat arena thing. And these guys are fighting in front of nobody.
No.
That's all they had. It was I don't know, but it was.
How much of it did you watch?
A lot of it.
Okay.
We started gambling on the rounds.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You got a bachelor party. LFA.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. Did they show any LFA on the TV?
I didn't see it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how this happened. There's some guy that's a quarterback down in the LFA that I follow on Instagram. Follow him randomly, but he just shows it. He's like enjoying his life down there.
What's his name?
I'll send it to you. I can't remember.
Okay.
Some dude blonde hair just balling out.
Just finished up week 4 of their season. Maybe we should get into the LFA, Lay.
Yeah. And that's what I usually do. I am a person that'll just watch random football leagues around the world. But haven't gotten into the LFA as much, and I should.
Right on. Glacier Reese love rate. How do I say it? Can you like split that up for me? And do you guys see Glacier Reese love rate? Did I say it right?
Yeah, Glacier Reese love rate.
Oh, there you go.
I'm getting a lot of shout outs on this show.
Yeah. Josh, do you have Riz like your cousin? I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means? Like,
No.
Have Riz like your cousin?
Riz. Hold on. Is this a Gen Z term?
Just call him Reese.
Okay. No, but I saw Riz somewhere on like TikTok, and it means something.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that Reese like the trainer from the? I'm wild.
You really don't
Afro says you don't know what Riz means. Am I? Just say Reese. So, okay, sorry. I'll say Reese.
Sorry.
God, stop yelling at me. All right, let's get back to work. Jim, let's get back to work. All right, you wanted to talk about relegation. Let's.
I knew he was going to do it. All right. Yes. Oh, gosh.
Start relegation now.
Back to work.
Gosh. There we go. You knew it was going to happen. You okay? What happened?
All right. Yeah, we need relegation in U.S. sports. We really do. I actually thought that was a really fun line in Ted Lasso where they're like, y'all don't have relegation. He's like, nope. So what happens to the teams that are bad? They just force their fans to watch the rest of the season. Yeah, we need relegation. I would love to see it in college basketball.
Okay.
I think it would solve a lot of your college football realignment conversations if you just put it by region. So you say, okay, well, the MAC and the Big Ten, y'all are relegation partners. Pac-12, Mountain West, y'all are relegations. SEC, Sun Belt. Do it like that. And I think that'd be good because then they'll say, oh, well, Vanderbilt got relegated down to the Sun Belt, but we're going to bring Appalachian State up to the SEC in this next season. Like, I think we should bring in relegation. Unfortunately, we don't have it for the we could do it in the NFL.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Here's the obviously it'll never happen.
USFL?
Yeah. Put it to it would be hard. Okay. Two reasons. One main reason why it would never work in the United States is because of money. Obviously, like there's no way any owner is ever going to agree to that. Like they can be relegated, right?
Right.
I think it is. I'm not. It's not hysterical, but I think it is. It is wild to me that you can go from being a Premier League team being worth hundreds of millions of dollars to get relegated to a league below you to then have to try and get back to the Premier League. Now, in a sport like professional golf, there is relegation, right?
Oh, okay.
You have 125 guys every year get their PGA Tour card. Okay. So if you score in the top 125, you keep your card. Then the Corn Ferry, which is the under league, the next tour down, the top 20 there can then bump in to make 150, the top 25 are now 150 tour members. And then it's like, there's some like things, but if you make the tour and then the next year you don't score in that 125, you have to go back down to the Corn Ferry and try and get back up.
Oh yeah. I saw that in the Netflix series. Okay. That makes
sense. Yes. Yeah. So they have that. Now with the team sport like the NFL, I think the other thing that you have to, or the NBA, I think the NBA could actually really work because if, let's just say the same ownership group had, a G League team.
Oh,
and they send that G League team back up, right? Then we're talking about something cool. Now here's my idea for the relegation. Okay. Is if your team gets relegated, the team that replaces you gets to play in your stadium.
So that's what I said. I've thought about this because I was like, well, what happens between the Atlanta Hawks and the College Park Skyhawks?
Right.
Like, would we go to State Farm to go watch them? But relegation actually does exist in American sports. It's just players get relegated. You think about Major League Baseball and in the NBA. Yeah. I don't know if that happens in hockey. If you get
they go back, they get sent back down.
Okay, so that's our thing. Like we'll relegate a player, but we won't relegate. I'm sorry, the comments are like randomly odd.
F this Xfinity McDonald's Wi-Fi. I love this guy. Reese is incredible. Okay. Yeah, no, yes, relegation exists among players, but can you imagine because what? The Cleveland Browns would have been relegated for 6 years, probably.
But who do you replace them with?
Right? And the Lions. I mean,
like now you can if we're looking at NFL, XFL, USFL, because I think a lot of people in DC would definitely switch out the defenders for the Commanders, right?
The defenders are really good this year.
No, they're nice.
Yeah.
So like, would they switch?
Yeah. See, now we're getting into some because if you were to actually put XFL teams into the conversation that they could go and play in the NFL, I think the other way around is what so the bottom 4 teams have to play in a playoff, and 2 of those teams don't get relegated. The other teams do, and those teams that get down relegated. Why can't I say it?
Relegators. Sorry.
Mount up. I'm glad that it's one of my favorite songs of all time. It's the perfect combination of 2 great rappers and one of the greatest yacht rock songs of all time.
Yeah, of course.
I was always upset that like Nate Dogg, Warren G, and Michael McDonald didn't do that song together live.
Yeah, that would have been a great, perfect like Grammys moment. Like,
do you remember the Phil Collins Bone Thugs song?
Yes.
Oh, that song was so effing good. It's Jay Spacey says, I literally only know about yacht rock because of Macuga. Thank you. That's all I want to do.
That's another one you get today.
Yes.
Yeah.
This relegation conversation goes on and on and on. Freddie Airmail, there's a talent gap right now between USFL, XFL versus NFL because the best guys not on NFL rosters aren't going straight to the USXL. They're working for a shot on an NFL practice squad. You're correct. You're 100% correct. And there's
okay. So then, should the NFL should they tell their team start owning and or creating XFL or USFL teams, and you could choose whichever league your affiliate team plays in, but you need to have one so that your practice squad guys are on
actually playing. Yeah. So we get to know them.
I like bring back the AAF, and that's only because I want the Atlanta Legends back. Like the Falcons would have the Legends, and then Saints could have the Birmingham Iron. But like, have teams. And
agreed.
These are
your teams, and guess what? If your team stinks, bring up the other team.
Yeah.
The baby Penguins win. They win their division in minor league hockey all the time. Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton Pens. They're awesome. Freddie Airmail, college football works just fine as their feeder system in their eyes. Sure, but you can't relegate them back to college. Yeah. OVO Ghost and NFL G League. Yes.
Yeah. I do not like that rule that if a player goes into the draft, their NCAA eligibility is automatically done.
Yeah.
I don't like that rule. I think if you don't get drafted, you should be able to come back.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Ruth is Cutie, and I believe this was asked by our road dog Reese. Who would win in a rap battle, Josh or The Rock? I have pretty good flow.
I think you could beat The Rock, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
I need to write it. I'm not like really good rapping on my feet. I kind of get too involved with like the beat to hit the words. But if you were to tell me to write a rap song, I mean, I think I do a pretty good job.
Okay.
Maybe we'll try it for season 1 of Hoops to see it.
We'll see how it works.
Yeah.
Josh, the paper. Okay. Would you then have 2-way NFL players? You could.
Yeah, they could bounce back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, you're just in the spring and the fall, fall. That's all it is.
And I think that if they were going to run, it's a shame that they don't run minor league football, if you were to call it that, whatever, during the fall. Like, just play it.
Yeah.
Play it on,
Thursday. Play it on
Thursday. Play it on. Make those games.
I don't want to watch Mountain West football on a Thursday.
No. All college football games should be on Saturday. All high school games should be on Friday.
Yeah.
All NFL games should be on Sunday and Monday.
Yeah.
Everything else, let's fill it with minor league, FCF. Let's fill it with other professional leagues where guys can be like, hey, the practice squad's not working out. I don't think I'm going to get a shot. I'm going to bust down to the FCF. I'm going to win, and I'm going to get looked at, and I'm going to come back up.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that. Also, I meant to throw this in on this segment. Have you seen the videos of the Canadian Football League Combine?
No. Please tell me they
do
something
so much better than the NFL Combine.
What do they do?
They run real plays in pads and helmets. Like, you remember how a couple weeks ago, Fan Control Show, we talked about different. That's what they do in the Canadian Combine.
Those dudes are going full out too.
Bro. Yeah, well, it's shells, but still, like, you have quarterbacks in helmets and pads throwing. They're lined up in actual schemes. They're doing one-on-ones, receivers versus DBs, running backs, linebackers, but they're in their gear. And they're putting them in scenarios. They're calling plays. Their combine, I think, is better.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. Jim, back to work.
Look at that.
Crushing it. Okay. There were a lot of ejections this weekend in sports.
Yeah.
Trae Young gets ejected. What do you like? Do we think there should be ejections, or do you think they should just be like, unless it's egregious and you punch a ref or something like that?
Yeah.
Like you start a fight, you punch somebody, like you're clearly like the malice in the palate, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
So I went on a spiral on YouTube.
Okay.
And I watched all kinds of ejections: baseball, football, NBA. The NBA ones and the MLB are the most annoying because in most cases, the ref, you say anything, they could just tech you up and throw you out. And the players are already going to get fined. I feel like there has to be something else. Like maybe you say, okay, send them to the bench. But to throw a player out the game for some of the stuff, for like the talking part, I think it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that because here's the thing. If it's up to one person and it's totally arbitrary, that person can really, really decide a game.
Yes.
And you're talking about millions of dollars on the table, not only for the team, but for gambling and everything else. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking about refs and like the whole NFL is scripted, everything is scripted, whatever. So there has to be a world in which there is a certain set of criteria that have to be hit that like, hey, he did this. Because if not, like, hey, ref is pissed, you got to sit down for the rest of the quarter. How's that sound? Or like it's like a power play, but longer. Like here's your 10-minute power play. Here's if you're a football player, you can't come in until the next series. You're out and you're in that box. Same as baseball. Like, hey, you got 2 innings.
Box time.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that any day. But throwing a star player out the game. I mean, the dumbest ones are the ones that Kevin Durant gets thrown out. It's literally just for saying something to a referee.
Yeah. And
one thing I learned when I first started working in sports is how like referees will enter a game with like a vendetta against a player or a coach.
100%.
So at some point in the game, the referee will definitely start making calls just to get under that player or coach's skin. And that just gives them the leverage to throw a player out. I think you have to start preventing that kind of stuff. So
yeah. Okay. All right, we're in the agreement. Yeah. That was quick.
So I gave this idea only because do you have any of your favorite all-time ejections?
Oh yes. It's not even it's everything else in this one. So Jim McClendon, former manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
You stole mine.
What's that?
You stole mine. I know which one. God, go ahead.
Did I take yours? He picks up the base, he puts it under his arm, and he walks off. Dude, it is so friggin' funny. Oh, BC Lions in the chat. We were just talking about CFL Combine, BC.
Man.
Oh, wait. You love that one too? That's your favorite one?
Oh, that was because that's the most badass like ejection ever.
It's so
like every other ejection is like, okay, obviously it's a fight or someone said anything. This man argues and just argues and argues and then gets to a point, says, you know what, screw this. Walks over, takes an important part of the game. That's like a coach running out and taking the football and the other bags of footballs and just going to the locker room or like,
Is it as good as the one? And I don't know who did this one. And if anybody in chat is watching, they might know this one. It's another baseball. And baseball had the best because the manager, like Lou Piniella, kicking dirt. I believe a coach brought out a trash can and put it on a home plate because he was like, your strike zone is trash.
I can't remember what coach it was, but that did happen. Another coach, for the same reason of your strike zone being trash, took off his hoodie. It was the Detroit Tigers coach.
Okay.
Took off his hoodie and covered home plate with his jacket. It was like, yeah.
You can't see anything. Freddie Emerald says, can we get the 160-pound QB from the CFL Combine? If CF, would he survive? I mean, if Cecil Cherry's out there, it would be tough. But I don't think Mitch Kidd weighs much more than like 185. Like he's
small.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a cannon for an arm and he's jacked.
I need to look at this 160-pound quarterback.
Yeah. It's Jay Spacely. Jim Leland, right? Was it Jim Leland? I don't know. Jim Leland coached for the Buccos. But
go to our handy dandy.
I watched a Nolan Ryan documentary on the airplane. Highly recommend.
What is it called?
Being Nolan.
Okay.
Or something like that, like something about Nolan. His name's in there. Nolan, like something I am Nolan, whatever. It's not very creative. It's just like his name. But apparently, they didn't really have radar guns back then when he was first pitching, because he like started in the early 60s with the Mets. Yeah. And the machine that they had to gauge his mile per hour then, now they think he would have thrown 108 miles an hour. That he was throwing fastballs that were 108 miles an hour. Seriously.
I would have quit.
Have you ever sat in a pitching machine that throws like 80? It's terrifying.
When I work for the Braves, we have an area for fans, like the batting cages for fans.
Okay.
And one day we put it up to 100 miles. I understand why baseball players are so just strong up top. Yeah. Because the recoil, like the ability to swing that fast at 100-mile-per-hour ball, it takes everything out of you.
Yeah.
Everything. So next time you go to a batting cage, I would definitely put the machine on 100 miles per hour and try to swing at it.
Yeah, no.
You might pull something.
Anything coming at me that fast is terrifying. I don't care. Anyway. All right. Jim, let's get back to work. All right. This weekend apparently is the last year of the WGC Match Play, the World Golf Championship Match Play. This is me talking golf, Leighton letting me talk golf once a week on the show. Next week, not this upcoming weekend, but next week, Leighton, is the Masters, Augusta National, not far from your home there in Augusta, Georgia. The greatest weekend in sports, Masters weekend, a tradition unlike any other. But this weekend, Sam Burns won, and I love the match play. It's a shame that they want to get rid of this, because I think match play is some of the most fun format of golf. And the fact that they do it once a year really does provide an awesome stage, because it's one-on-one golf, right?
Oh, wow.
And it's like a fantasy league, like you play a person each week in fantasy football. So you could be playing awesome, and the guy you're playing with against could be playing terrible, but that still doesn't mean that in the next round he can't get through by playing like, do you know what I'm saying? It's that it doesn't. If you stink the first day, you can still come back and win your next two matches and advance into like the Sweet 16. It's like a pool play, like World Cup. It's a pool play, and then they have a single elimination tournament going forward, right? So you're not playing the course, you are playing your partner. And I think that is some of the coolest stuff. That's how they do the US AM. That's how they do like a lot of tournaments in college. And it's a shame that professional golf wants to get rid of it. They're changing a lot of stuff in professional golf. And I think this weekend was proof positive that these guys really enjoy the match play. And it does break up. Golf can be a very monotonous sport when you are professional. It's just week in, week out, just pummeling golf balls over and over and over again and try and get the lowest score. It's a very lonely sport. So being able to go and play match play against somebody when it, like that almost feels like you're playing a team sport kind of a thing.
Why have sports like golf and tennis not gotten to the organized team, like where you have franchises, right? Like this is the Pittsburgh golf team versus the Atlanta golf team. Why hasn't it got to that point?
It's a shame. So Live Golf, which is the Saudi-backed league, they are attempting team play, right? So like Phil Mickelson's a team captain, and I think Bryson DeChambeau's, they've got teams, right? It's not going that well because the format of Live Golf and Live Golf being a brand new league, it's them trying to do too many things. I love the team aspect, and how I think they should do it in golf is do it like the English Premier League, and do it like Formula One, where your team is like Team TaylorMade or Team Callaway or Team Titleist, right? And each week they start a team of 8 golfers, right?
Yeah.
If you are not happy with your golfers, you relegate them, and they're now looking for another team or something like that, right?
Right.
And these companies all put in to sponsor their guys and make sure they're all outfitted and all that kind of stuff. And they've got a team captain in each week. And they not only are the individual playing for a cup, it's like Formula One. You're playing for a constructors series as well. I think team golf really does have a place in the modern pro game. And I think a lot of people agree with me.
Yeah, so I would probably watch it more if I knew like the teams. Because now it makes me wonder, how does college golf work? When you're looking at like, this is the Big Ten or this is the SEC golf tournament. And, they're representing these different colleges and universities, right?
Yes.
So would it be that same model?
I think that the NIL coming in for golf is going to change college golf for the better. And it's not even close, right? Okay. I think a lot of these companies and these colleges are going to partner. Big golf schools like Stanford and Oklahoma State, Texas A&M and Texas have great golf programs. Like these big name schools are going to partner with brands to brand their team out and then have these huge tournaments that they're playing for big money, like bowl games.
Yeah.
And they're going to televise them and they're going to become these unbelievable traditions. And you're going to have, I think golf in college has the amount of upside potential in college golf. They haven't even tapped into it yet.
Yeah.
Do you know that this is going to be the first year that the top 5 guys in college golf are going to get an invite to the PGA Tour? It's the first time that's ever happened.
Really?
When you leave college golf, you can go and play in the Korn Ferry, which is the minor league. You get like some of the top guys. It's not like you get drafted or anything, which I mean, how cool would a golf draft be? Right.
Right.
So they get to go to the minor league and then play their way up. But this is going to be the first year where they all get tour cards. The top 5. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, Jim.
Back to work.
Oh, I wanted the last thing about golf. Mike Trout and Tiger Woods are building a golf course together, calling it Trout National.
Oh.
Trout National, the reserve. Something about Trout National that just, I know it's Mike Trout, and Mike Trout can do no wrong in my eyes. I love the guy. But a golf course named Trout National, if there aren't fish everywhere, I will be livid.
I was hoping it was like tiger trout or like
rainbow trout, brown trout.
Like they combine this animal. Okay.
Yeah.
Back to work.
All right, let's get back to work.
Back to work.
Leighton. There's too many ways to watch sports.
Too many.
There's too many.
I mean, there's games that are on, then there's the shows about the games that are on. Then now we have content where the athletes themselves are creating their own shows for you to hear their perspective of the games that are on. So I think we need some new ways to watch sports. And I think there might be an opportunity to merge that with reality TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you got? Talk to me.
All right. So like Sports Bachelor or Sports Iron Chef.
Oh.
Right? I don't know how that one's going to work in. But the one I did think about was Sports Survivor. And I think it's a reality show where front office people now live the lives of the athletes that are part of their franchises, right? So imagine, Stacy from accounting and Jeff from marketing. They now have to, go to OTAs, then training camp and all of that I didn't know that. But yeah, like an NFL player. So that's my suggestion, is that we need new ways and new angles in sports. I think a reality sports TV show like a Sports Survivor could be an opportunity.
All right. King Cos says Sports Bachelor happened. Travis Kelce had a show on A&E. Yeah, no, he was the Bachelor. We're saying we want to have all athletes be all of them, and then teams select Bachelor style. Like we get team representatives. Maybe creating love stories or creating. Here's my biggest issue is I wish that after games, like press conferences, I think are useless. What we need to have is them on lie detectors, like on polygraphs. Okay.
Yeah.
And you get to ask them any question you want within reason. And they have to answer or the lie detector goes off. It goes off. We need to keep upping the stakes.
Yeah.
As to what is possible.
We talked about this, even with the Lamar Jackson thing, making this like a Shark Tank for the fans. So now Lamar has to go to each NFL fan base and pitch himself.
See?
Or we need a reality show about what the GMs and everybody are talking about in free agency. But just give me something different.
We need more access that is real. I don't want I lost you. Did you lose me? Did everybody lose me?
I'm here.
Oh. Okay. I want more stuff where these guys are telling the legit truth.
Yeah.
That's I am tired of just arguing and people saying what they think. I want to know.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. You want to do some okay, so we're running up against it time-wise.
Can we go into trivia?
Yeah, you want to do trivia?
Yeah, let's do trivia. I think
Okay.
about that time.
All right. Let's
Back
get
to work.
awesome. All right. 5 questions for Leighton.
All right.
This is Josh's old trivia.
Is your hair
Okay.
blue this time?
It looks looks like a little gray blue. I think I look a little bit cuter there as the old guy. It's pretty good.
It's like a GTA character. Okay.
Yeah. Kind of, I like a GTA boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that. Okay. Here we go. Question 1. What college did John Stockton play for?
Why don't I know this?
You know who John Stockton is, though, obviously.
Yes, but I don't know why. John Stockton. Is it a blue blood? What college did he play for?
I'll just say this. The team was in the Elite Eight.
Houston?
No. We were looking for Gonzaga.
Okay.
John Stockton, pride of Washington. Okay. Leighton, on what channel would you have seen the show Hey Dude?
MTV?
No, but I like that you assume that I'm going to pick MTV shows because we watched it. No, we were looking for Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon was Hey Dude.
Have you seen that documentary?
About Hey Dude?
No, about Nickelodeon called Orange Theory.
No, is it good?
Is it called Orange Theory? Yeah. It's amazing. It's
Yeah?
amazing. It's like watching FCF.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like I'm watching Us when I watch it. So
Damn, I
think
like
it's on Hulu. Check it out.
Okay. And from Hey Dude, Ben Stiller's ex-wife, but his wife for a long time, the actress that was in Dodgeball, I believe her name is Christine Taylor.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, blonde.
She was on there. Okay.
The one that I had the biggest crush on, though, her name was Melody.
Nice.
Man, that's something. Anyway, those years of sexual awakening. Okay, question 3. In what movie would you find Donald Faison in a band called Love Burger?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I don't know. I'm just throwing out 80s movies.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yeah.
We are looking for the movie Can't Hardly Wait.
I've never even heard of that.
You've never heard of Can't Hardly Wait?
King Ka says Clueless. Like, I don't know.
Clueless? Oh my God, you guys. I Can't Hardly Wait, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt. It's an unbelievable coming of age story. And now I'm really old. Okay. Question 4, Leighton. In 1996, the first ever starting quarterback for this team was Vinny Testaverde.
Oh gosh, why don't I know this? I know the name. This was a TV show? 1996?
Yeah. No, it was an actual NFL team.
Oh,
he was
Vinny Testaverde.
Yeah. Don't look at the chat.
Carolina Panthers?
No. Close though. Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, okay.
There you go. All right. And finally, Lisa Left Eye Lopez lit what Atlanta Falcons star house on fire?
I know his name. I know who it's not. I see his face. Wow.
At this point, the best receiver in Falcons history, probably.
Andre.
He was Julio Jones before Julio Jones.
I know. Andre Ware? No. Was it Andre Ware?
Bad Moon Andre Rison.
God. I knew his name was Andre.
Rison. You were close, first name.
I was really close saying, one of our owners, but I forgot. I was like, no, he's running back.
I remember watching ESPN and they were like, breaking news, Andre Rison's house is on fire. And I'm like, oh. And then they're like, his girlfriend lit it on fire. What did he do? Oh man, so good,
awesome,
so good.
Okay.
All right, that's your show. That's back to work. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for watching. We're here every single Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern. 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
You guys can check all of this on Twitch, twitch.tv/fancontrolledsports. You can follow us, Fan Controlled, on all social medias. Go to the podcast network. You can listen to all the shows. Yep. We have live programming every single day except Friday. Tomorrow's Info Arcade. Wednesdays, Don't Cause a Ruckus. And Thursdays, the Fan Controlled Show. Thank you all. This is Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment, the only league where fans call all of the action. Football, Fan Controlled Football, soon to be hoops. Let go. Don't go chasing NFL players and waterfalls. But you're going to want a waterfall if she lights your house on fire. That is where it is.
All right.
For Josh Macuga, Leighton Batiste, at Fan Controlled Lay, at Josh Macuga. We'll see you next time. Till then, get back to work.
Back to work.
Are we going to get back to work? Is that how we're going to end it?
Yeah. I guess so. I have a meeting.
Jim, are you going to end the broadcast or are we still live?
Thank you, fans, for watching Back to Work with Leighton Batiste and Josh Macuga on the Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel. If you liked this video, you can check out other videos right here. You can subscribe to the channel, tell all your friends, hit like buttons across all the videos, check out all of our shorts and live shows, and as always, power to the fans.